obviously not good news for us Texas fans here. Price that score up. Texas Tech wins 37-34. And it's one of those things where the second half was an absolute abysmal performance by the Longhorns in every facet. You have the second half and on the offensive side of the ball where, in my opinion, you're just running wildcat the whole second half. You're not really trying to attempt to go down the field, push the ball down the field, be aggressive. And then also the defense was not good today. They gave up a bunch of plays underneath, a lot of soft stuff underneath. We did not pressure Donovan Smith enough. This guy's a turnover machine. When you get pressure in his face, he isn't super accurate, and we just allowed him to sit back there for a lot of the game, especially in the first half. Got a little bit better in the second half on the defense side of the ball, but especially in the first half, just let him dice us up. I mean, they were going on 10-plus play drives the whole game, and they were just wearing out our defense. What do you have to say, D4?
Piss poor performance all around. Defense looked like it's regressed significantly since week 2. It seems like we put all our eggs in one basket and didn't turn out the way we wanted to. So I hope this doesn't start a trend of a spiral. Don't want to see this team, lose itself, but honestly, I don't have very many positives to take out of this game at all. Defense was terrible. Offensive play calling in the second half, inconsistent. Sark is such a good schemer, but why go with the Rocat for everything? They're selling out on it, stopping it every time, and you want to continue to trot Rojan out there and put him in that situation that they're selling out to stop this one play, and you're going to keep doing it. So,
and not even that, they run basically only 2 plays off of that. It's like a sweep to Bijan Robinson or Roschon Johnson just takes it directly up the middle. Those are literally the only 2 plays I believe they ran out of that formation. If you do that enough, I don't care. I agree with the broadcasters. Bijan Robinson is probably the best running back in college football, if not the best for sure. Roschon Johnson, I think, is by far the best backup running back in college football. So you have 2 of the best at their positions, and you keep running the same plays. Like, get more creative. I understand, like I said, you have those 2 guys, but there was no creativity there. It was kind of like, you know what? I think we're just so much better in this team. We're going to line up against them and we're going to run it down their throat. And that wasn't happening. There was no point in this game other than the one breakaway down the sideline by Bijan Robinson that we lined up and we just manhandled these guys up front. That never happened. So if that was your game plan going in, you need to adjust, and there was no adjustments. It's the same thing. And some of this is reminding me, there's some similarities here between Tom Herman and Steve Sarkisian that are starting to show, and it's starting to scare me. And this may be the movie being played over and over again. As a Texas fan, I'm sick and tired of this. I can't deal with this anymore. Like, if you lined us up and we actually run the offense the way it's supposed to, and you actually scheme every game like you're playing Alabama, if you were to do that on the offensive side of the ball, we beat this Texas Tech team by 2 touchdowns. We were up in the game by 2 touchdowns at one point. And if we get one more score, I believe they throw in the towel and quit. We're never able, as a Texas fan, the past 12 years, to get that one play we need. There was that 4th down we could not get. There was multiple 3rd down plays where if we just extend the drive, we can probably get field goals. We never were able to do. There was always that one play, and we're never able to capture it.
Yeah, and, the bright spot on our team, of course, there's a few bright spots as far as players. Bijan being that, number one. I feel bad for the kid, having that fumble in overtime. But, you got to bounce back from it. We have West Virginia next week. If we cannot push the ball against that terrible West Virginia team, then it's astounding to me, this game. But, it is what it is. People can say whatever they want about this team in the comment section, and after it's over in the comments. It's deserved. Yeah, everything negative to say about this team, they've earned it, especially the coaching staff.
Yeah, it was very unimpressive, and it's just like that's the one similarity that comes up to mind to me. When you saw Tom Herman, look back at the 2019 LSU game, scheme perfectly. You saw that throw to Keontae Ingram off that great play call where he dropped it. That was a great play call. And there would be plays like that in the game versus LSU that we would never see again because they just throw out this vanilla scheme versus all the other teams because I think they just expect our talent to win out. And Steve Sarkisian kind of does the same thing. Like we've seen that. We saw that in the Oklahoma game last year. All these schemes, all these motions, all these sweeps, all that type of stuff, all these shots down the field. And then they disappear the rest of the season. We never see it. So it's like, why do you scheme for these big games? Treat every week the same. If you're telling the media that this team needs to build a culture and treat every week the same and we need to be prepared week in and week out, then you as a coaching staff have to look in the mirror and do the same thing. You have to treat every game like it's your last. Again, guys, as Texas, this is Texas Tech's Super Bowl. So guess what? We need to treat it like our Super Bowl because if we don't, then this happens. And it's going to continue to happen until that is bought into this or brought into Texas and the culture is built up. And so far it hasn't. And it's really disappointing to see.